Which maps we're going to play on?
Which will it be?
Or which map?
Should be interesting. Consulate and Villa off first. Villa's always an interesting one for EG. Clubhouse as well is going to go, and Bank, both good maps.
Border? Okay, no border again between the two.
Not a surprise, but Coastline again, all right. It's funny to see Rogue banning Cafe. But,
I mean, they don't want to show too much. They have their last play day next week against Luminosity, and Rogue are already qualified for Raleigh. So I don't know if they want to show too much more of Cafe. I think they showed quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, I imagine. Yeah, they showed so much before. Yeah, they're going to want to work it for Raleigh, I imagine. So probably won't see it from them on Monday either, but
makes sense.
Always a possibility.
There's always a possibility.
Although there's also the possibility if someone else plays Cafe that they play against, I don't remember who they're playing against on day 7, that it might just get auto banned.
Well, Rogue are playing LG again on
okay,
day
well
7.
Then no problem. It won't be auto banned. So they can play it.
On play day 8, we still don't know what the matches are for after Raleigh. Still factors in.
Should be interesting.
What do you guys think?
What do you think?
EG? Yes.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. EG, although, like I said, number 4 at the moment, although, you know, they could easily work their way up there again. They've been doing pretty well, just maybe not as well as some of the other teams.
I mean, Rogue come back from DreamHack Valencia, victorious, gone through everybody.
I think they were still in the middle of coming back and came down instead, and that was definitely a hard fall.
They fell to the Sonics, who secured their first victory in that matchup.
And Super will not stop gloating since.
I don't think Super needs that game to gloat.
Yeah. Either way, we'll see how they could do tonight against their normal arch rival Nemesi. Although, like I said, the other teams have been really showing up this season, so very competitive in North America. It's kind of funny. We talk about normally EU being one of the most competitive regions, but I think NA is actually doing a bit better in competition than EU.
Wow, you dare say that to me.
I mean, look at the numbers, man.
They don't lie. Well, no. EU, definitely.
You think EU's the most competitive still?
Yeah, man.
No, man.
Of course, you have to also factor in the fact that you're looking at all the Pro League and Challenger League at the same time.
No, I'm not.
And anything lower.
Challenger League isn't going on right now, so I'm not. Because that doesn't exist at the moment until later, so you can't factor it in because you don't even know which teams are in it.
Wow. Well, you do. You do know 4 of them.
Till some of them disband. Come on, let's be real.
This is an NACL, man. Like
this is NACL.
It's
yeah.
EUCL.
What? Oh, whatever. Anyways, Capital first to go from Rogue. No surprise there. They tend to ban out the Capital a lot. Nomad going to go from EG, though. This should be interesting. Now, EG have not played Coastline, whereas Rogue have played it once, which was against SSG. Tied, as I mentioned earlier. Valkyrie going to go, so no Valkyrie again and no Nomad again. So this is shaping up to be similar, although Capital instead of Lion.
Echo? Mira? Mira?
Mira,
yes. Okay.
So the only difference between this match and last match in terms of operator bans is Capital instead of a Lion.
Which means Rogue might actually plan on using that Lion in the second half. I'm not sure if EG will run it.
Yeah, if anyone, I feel like it would be Shuttle. He tends to play the Lion for them. We'll see how it goes, though.
Whenever he plays it, because you have the big drone that's out of the map, it really or on top of the map, it really reminds me of the shuttle from StarCraft.
So
Brood War.
Shuttle
people around. It's hilarious.
Hookah again, of course. Going to be seeing a whole lot of Hookah today. Appropriate for a site you have to smoke to plant.
And Echo will be brought out.
All right, Shuttle going to be taking advantage of that.
Canadian on the Habana for this very first round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I guess.
That's just got to be for the angles pretty much on the behind the minibar. Because the area where Slash is right now is very hard to deal with, and that's why they reinforce it right there. And the one way you can deal with it, of course, is to hit it with a Habana, because you're not going to repel down with Thermite. Way too risky. And you're certainly not going to do the same with Maverick. So Habana is pretty much the best solution that you have to stop them from being able to hide behind that bar. And they don't have anything to deny it. You're not really going to bring a bandit or a mute just to deny that wall.
Yeah, it's basically like, okay, well, we have something extra, and we'll just use it in a certain position. But yeah, as you say, the Habana on the roof is going to be a big, big deal. And
it was hard to see if Doodle really ever took advantage of that necessarily. I don't think we got a lot of angles to be able to see if he was actually opening the walls when he was playing as the Habana. But there was certainly tons of opportunity.
The focus from him, if I remember correctly, was specifically on the lounge and opening up the wall through into the hallway to have an extra angle, right?
Yeah.
Not really something that we're really expecting much of. Maybe at least one set of Exkyrus to be used from the onto the minibar.
I wonder if we've ever seen Gotcha on Ash.
I'm pretty sure at some point.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. Hard to say, though. He plays a variety of roles. I mean, normally Canadian's kind of the flex, but also Geo tends to flex a bit, so that ends up being Gotcha's role as well. He, like I said in the interviews, he plays whatever they ask him to play. I mean, obviously, being the coach, he has some say in that as well, but when they call the audibles, just like
here
that.
we go.
NVK taking out Vertical, one fragger hitting another. Great initial kill for him.
And Necrox as well. It's close up. Is that a surprise? C70.
All right, he wants to be stealthy about it. The stealth hunter.
So, he'll walk away. I'll be happy here, Evil Geniuses, with their first kill on the Jaeger. It's Hatch to be watching out for, maybe potentially for later, but MVK will be dropped, so...
Good trade.
It's a good trade here. Remove him, and another one. Shuttle finding Necrox as he walked up solo. Gotcha's even down on the floor, I believe shot from the top. Canadian with one more on the reverse repel.
We keep seeing the Habana on that spot for both these matches now, and so far it's working out pretty well. I mean, the reverse repel on it definitely working better than the tarps most of the time.
Oh, watch out. Watch out for all the open angles. See the Maestro. Oh, comes in.
The bait.
Shuttle gets 2 kills off of it. That's a triple kill for him as Canadian. It's the last man alive. You'll find Slash actually on the rotation from the bar. Clips and Shuttle. Still at the top, and obviously having the pulse is going to give you a huge advantage in the gunfight here. Shuttle as well having a ton of information that he can ferry on with his yokai drones. Still even available.
Oh.
Free fire from Eclipse. There you go. Here is so easily telegraphed. Eclipse just fires into Canadian by the door. And that's that for the round.
Well played by Rogue that round, although it did actually get kind of close. A 2v1 is not always a huge advantage on defense there necessarily if they have good intel on you, but at that point I think Rogue were definitely at the intel advantage, especially with, as you said, the Pulse still left alive and the Jackal being the one dead from Necrox. So great early picks there from Rogue, although Evil Geniuses were the ones to kick things off. We'll see how Bar goes, though, for Rogue. So far, though, it's kind of funny to see, normally you expect the Echo Bane to be focused on playing a bit more anchor role, but Shuttle was doing a great job with the triple kill, even the bait in there, but he's actually going to sneak off the Echo to the Mozzie. This is amazing, but Gotcha is going to be able to catch some of those pests. Switching off the Ash, he just was not terribly effective with it, unfortunately, last time as he got caught too early. Was down and turned into bait, of all things. And that was in the bar, so we'll see how their bar approach goes this time, which way they're going to approach it from. There's not going to be a pulse this time, though, from Eclipse. He switched over to take Vertical's Jaeger roll in Vertical instead, switching over to the Doc. A lot of switching up here. But both these teams are very good at doing that. Although EG, I feel like has gotten better at kind of sticking to roles more, and it's kind of benefiting them a lot of the times. Outside of, especially Canadian, who tends to be, like I said, the flex player. Oh, I wonder if that's the shock drone. He almost caught it up there, I think.
10 seconds left.
Well, EG continue in this second round, not have a patcher. It really depends on just what you want to play, and Gotcha's going to bring the IQ in this one, so off of the Ash. Vertical actually detected on the walkout and is back into the kitchen at just the right moment. So stay alive, just for now.
And he's got a bulletproof camera set up at some point as well. Will be helpful if they try and go for it.
Rogue just love their bulletproof cameras, don't they?
I think a lot of teams are really starting to take more advantage of those, but then combined with the Maestro as well, pretty effective in terms of denying a lot of flexibility, although it is easier to take out a bulletproof camera in some ways than it is to take out an Evil Eye, depending on whether or not you have Thatcher or Twitch, but they do have Twitch, so both of those should be able to fall to the Twitch drone if NVK can get in and use it, although I think he was a little more concerned with fragging. Looks like good backup for each other with the Vertical and Eclipse playing a bit of the roam on the opposite side of the map, trying to stay alive. Well, a lot of people pushing VIP here. Gotcha, looking for any intel he can work off of. Necrox doing the same on the other corner of the map. Just trying to pitch out Shuttle, but Shuttle instead pitching Necrox's face, catches the drone and still doesn't die.
No, only taking around 50% damage here as Gotcha is unable to follow up with a kill. At least set up a Claymore, but it's a big loss. Necrox is really unable to do much in this round, even in the previous one, as he died shortly after rendezvousing with NVK in the main lobby. Gotcha with the drone down. Let's set it up, and we'll promptly lose it, as you hear in the fire easily. Holding on the angle here on the smoke. No smoke canisters used, but there's 2 players eyeing the same staircase here on blue. Gotcha slowly peeking around the corner. He's unsure of where his opponents are. Bit of fire into him, but Gotcha will find the kill easily. Taken away and Shuttle. A bit too far away to refrag.
Yeah, that was terribly executed on the defense, I have to say. Easily did not need to swing out like that, and there was not good coverage from Shuttle either. That was definitely not the way to play that, giving Gotcha a nice kill. He lost half his health in the process, though. So far, EG are still worse for wear, although Slash getting close. And Shuttle trading it back onto NBK again. NBK and Necrox, the first to fall on EG.
A repeat of the previous round so far. There's 39 seconds left. The diffuser is going to be stopped here. Slash will get 1 kill. Young is down, and Canadian is the last man alive. 4 players left here from Rogue. Shuttle can be healed back to full HP, but Eclipse has already taken Young away. Canadian spotting the gun of the Maestro there, at least the edge of it. It'll peek, but oh man, Slash. He finds it. How did their partner?
Yep. And so he just kind of read into it right there. Nicely done with the bobbing up and down to make sure it wasn't an easy pick. I think Canadian almost would have got it too, but Slash was on top of it. So we're seeing very deja vu rounds there. First 2 picks the same, all the way down to Canadian left at the end the same. In this case, though, Gotcha at least lived a bit longer, did some more work that time. But nonetheless, Rogue playing very strong so far on this defense. Seems like EG really struggling to get some weaknesses here and get some of the map control really they need. You're seeing a lot of the attempts to fight from the outside towards the end from Canadian. We'll see Eclipse on the Mozzie there instead of the Legion. And Kitchen being the 3rd bomb site, this might be where EG have a chance to turn the tide a little bit. But Gotcha's going to go back to the Ash. I got to say, though, he was a bit more effective on the IQ. But that being said, you know, different site, different way to play it. Vertical, again, going to be on that dock. Slash taking over the pulse roll. So they're definitely, or not, sorry, Shuttle. Yes. So they're definitely switching things up a bit here. Slash is going to actually stay on the Maestro that he did so well with last round. Get that evil eye in position as well to be able to watch the doorway. If anyone dies, they can get on that and make sure, even if he can't rotate it, they can at least identify if anyone goes for a smoke plant. Oh, so important if Necrox is able to get set up for that because he's the one bringing the smokes. But he's also been one of the first to fall each time, giving them no smoke option towards the end. They almost might want to consider having a backup at this point. Unfortunately, Captau is banned, and that's part of the reason Rogue does that. But they also don't like to get forced out of positions, and he is very strong at doing that. Rogue like to be able to play the angles they want to play. And
oh boy.
Yeah, ooh.
Flash.
I'm surprised it's not easily saying bro.
Alright, nobody crossing.
No, so close. But they're going for a lot of peaks. You had Vertical in the previous round and then Slash that round. NBK take a lot of
How is that on a headshot? Oh,
Vertical, don't keep peeking this. What are you doing?
Oh, no.
It's almost worked, too. This is... just take your winnings and leave. Leave the casino. Don't feed it back. Please, thank you.
He lives in Vegas. Okay?
Just let NBK die due to someone else. You got no damage on you. Walk away. Eclipse, though, looking for a freebie upstairs. Might be able to catch Gotcha if Gotcha doesn't pay too much attention to where his head's sticking up. But at least he's crouched for the moment, and Eclipse actually rotates off. He's got all his pests set up already, and he does have a drone. So he's actually going to be near where that's at. So that's a good idea, because then, of course, he could drone away from himself, make sure no one's pushing on him. Slash actually taking up his other peak position again. Necrox finally catching some footprints of Vertical this time, though. So at least doing some work before he dies. But Vertical, despite being tracked, he's ready for the push onto him, and Shuttle's going to help with the intel on that. Flash is coming out to help push.
Oh, the Nitro! Oh, walks away at the last second.
At least he's going to slow him down and actually get some picks. Oh, no. Gotcha the one to win that battle, losing half his health, though.
It's a good fight there. Eclipse is taken away. So now, Monzy can't control those drones. No Nitro cell. And will connect. Canadian eliminated. Won't be the one last alive this round. And puts in a 4v4. Look at the amount of damage done to EG already. Vertical on the quick peek. You know, there's one player outside. It bobs and weaves, and that's the kill.
That's the diffuser down. If they go to pick him up, too, not only do they try and have to get the diffuser, they might try and pick him up, and that's a huge disadvantage here if they can just hold that.
You see even the Doc of Vertical trying to support his teammate on the Maestro. And Young will pick himself back up. Necrox will find easily 4v3 and Slash says so much damage here on the return back.
I bet they're really disappointed that was a Zofia they downed.
Vertical with one on a gotcha here. Shuttle's holding on to the doorway. Just sitting in the bathroom solo. Things slow down at the 30-second mark. No push yet. Very good here for Vertical to realize that there's only one position that I can get attacked from. The door. Oh no, he hears the entry. He finds a free kill. NVK gets lost. And another one for Shuttle. And another one to fire in the top. And can he find it? No. Shuttle is somehow still alive. And Necrox eliminated. Shuttle, very well done here, pulling up the 19-11. And EG just cannot find a footing against Rogue. It seems like EG come in and find some sort of just it's an island base, and then after it, it's just sporadic fighting with one-to-ones, and there's no support from your teammates. There you might be droning and getting information, but it doesn't translate into two people going in for a fight, securing the fact that if at least we die, we get a trade, or take a lot of damage but keep the players alive.
And that's really the big problem here, is EG are playing individuals. There's too many people spread out in too many locations. They're getting picked one at a time. The only reason they even were able to get up with that the diffuser was because it was Zofia that got downed and was able to pick itself back up. It's just...
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Rogue are playing... First off, they're communicating very well. We can't hear it, but you can tell. You can tell by the way that they're on top of their aggression. They know where to be picking. You saw the ping, for example, on where the Zofia was. They knew he was out there. The peaks are working in their advantage, and they're getting away with a lot of them. They're basically making the map their own at the moment, and EG are not playing for, as you said, trades. They're not playing as pairs. At this point, they need to be going into his buddy system and at least trading onto Rogue so that they can turn that into some map control, because Rogue aren't necessarily even playing together. They're just playing really good communication spread out around the map and communicating where all the players are. Now, of course, Rogue playing a lot of Pulse, I think, is helping with that because they don't have the Valkyrie. So they're just doing a very good job between the Evil Eyes, now the Echo, the Pulse. They're doing a great job just using all the intel they have and communicating it. EG, on the other hand, are doing the opposite. They're just losing every little bit of map control they get in these 1v1s or 1v2s against Rogue. At least this time we see NVK with a partner, but nope, his partner's going to repel up. So again, they're going to go in too much as individuals. They're trying to take too many different parts of the map at the same time. They need to work into one corner and spread out from there, and then deny Rogue the ability to retake those areas. But players like Shuttle just kind of running around doing what they want, Eclipse supporting him, Vertical as well. And then you've got kind of the anchor play from Slash and Easily, although Slash has even been peeking. It's just, I don't know, pure aggression, somewhat contained from Rogue, but just running rampant on EG here.
See you on the other side.
Canadian using the strategy we were talking about before, where, you know, as the Habonage to open up the top of the bar, try to find something off of it, but it's Necrox actually to get eliminated.
I feel bad for him because he's such a good player, but he's not even getting to play.
Well, now you can stay on the drone, and at least you'll be playing in one way or another.
That's true, and they really need to be using him for that flank coverage. NVK actually just about get caught off guard there by Eclipse.
Oh, Eclipse knows exactly what's going on here. Nitro Cell will be ripped up and away, and no damage done. Vertical, though, is right up next to it. It's so beautiful from Rogue.
That's what I mean, the 2v1s.
They're always 2v1s. You're always going to win the gunfights in those positions unless your opponents gets lucky. But that's not going to happen more often than not. Give yourself a big advantage. Rogue are just doubling down on everything EG can even hope to throw at them. Gotcha's going to be forced back. It's very odd to see EG on the back foot here.
This is definitely Rogue playing to their strengths. I got to imagine them with a side switch, it might not play out the same way. But for right now, EG are just pretty much walking into bullets.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Let's see who walks into Shuttle. Slash will find one. Too young, the bearing 9 finally connecting here. Canadian finding one kill into Slash, but not for long as Easily turns the corner. Right in the hallway, finds Canadian. That's all it took. And Rogue now up 4-0. It's definitely the Rogue that we were seeing at DreamHack.
Well, this is already playing out like match of the day in terms of finally getting to see Rogue play much, much better. Like you said, they were DreamHack, whereas the last match where they lost to the Sonics was certainly not the way we expected them to play. They might have been a little jet-lagged and maybe even hungover from celebrating, hard to say, but Nonetheless, they seem to have recuperated well. And this level of confidence now, EG can use it against them, but I don't see EG really adapting too much to this. They just seem to be getting a little lost, especially with the early picks on the NVK and Necrox. They're just losing footing too fast. Canadian finally just saying, you know what? I'm going to switch up operators. Hibana is working okay. He's getting 1 kill, but it's just so impactless. By the time he gets it, he's going to play a little more aggressive on that. He's going to bring some nades, the ability to do some soft destruction, and they're going to be playing from above onto Bar. They know it's going to be Bar next. So this is going to be down to whether or not Rogue can keep full control of that top floor. The way they've been playing, I got to imagine maybe they will shuttle with 9, though. Putting everyone else to shame. Slash Vertical and Eclipse, though, doing some work and easily just holding down the site for his homies. He's going to be on the mute instead of the smoke this time. But they are definitely doing a fantastic job. 4-0, definitely nothing to be scoffed at, because when the side switch happens, even if it's 4-2, that's still advantage Rogue.
10 seconds remaining.
They've guaranteed themselves at least some inequality in their favor.
Look at my evil eye.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
So shiny.
Yes. Contact lens. Nice little pest there at the top of the white stairs, you can see. Somebody rotates up.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
Stopping Vertical. No peek for you, my friend.
He's got to know that they were going to be peeking because they've been peeking pretty much every round, and good on him for taking advantage of that. They didn't have this second hole opened like we saw in the last match, which was a nice decoy that we saw from Doodle. So, unfortunate for Vertical. He's finally getting punched. This is so far already the best round EG's had.
Yeah, getting an entry is definitely something that should sway this game over your side. At least the 4 rounds there, it's obviously looking so great for Rogue, but gotcha. With the help of Canadian, I'll find the second one. Shuttle eliminated. And Rogue close to losing Eclipse here as he's going to be running all the way back down to the lobby and into security. Gotcha will waste no time to continue the chase as he opens up the hatch into lobby. There's nobody down there, only dead bodies.
Reloading! It's going to be a huge momentum loss for Rogue, though, and they might lose a little bit of their confidence edge that they need, because now it's going to be down to the more of the site players, as Eclipse is not going to be in that pulse. There's no pulse to give him intel, and he's not going to be able to roam as freely and as safely with such low HP. He's still going to try, though. I missed C4 there already coming out from easily. This is a bit of a struggle here for these guys at the moment.
Yeah, no information on that nitro cell. Will just go away. Drone taken off, but wasted nitro. That's for sure. You wish you had the dog now. Well, you wish you had all your players alive, as we've seen from Rogue throughout the first 4 rounds. But EG will barely take any damage.
Yeah, I mean, Gotcha's done some damage. Even if he does die, at least it's a trade at best. Although he did some work with Canadian as well on the second kill. And Canadian to find another one here on Eclipse. So, I mean, I'm about ready to call this round for Rogue here, and Gotcha getting another kill. It's all down to Slash.
It's all down to Slash, and he'll find 1 kill on MVK. Diffuser's being set here by Young, so wasting no time. Right? Well, Geniuses, oh, he's going to try to find... Actually, yes, he does a bit of damage to Young, but Young will stay alive for just a bit longer. Slash will find 1 kill. That's a double. 3 left alive. Canadian, Young, and Necrox. Each one is holding an angle. The Diffuser will be set. You won't see Young peeking this anytime soon. As I say, that actually takes a lot of damage. It's barely alive in the back here. The Zofia firing in, trying to find the head of Slash. 20 rounds left in the magazine as he rounds the corner right into Necrox to the ITA. And EG secure their very first round here on Coast. I have to say, when there's something for people that don't have much in the way of competitive experience, not only in Siege, but in games in general, there's a certain point where your rounds, when your rounds are pretty much lost or you have a big disadvantage, playing stock standard is not going to work. More often, way more often than not, just continuing with your strategy is not really going to do much for you. You have to kind of throw something in the plans of your opponents. And to do that, you'll see some teams getting more aggressive, really pushing out, losing bodies, but it might be their only chance. And some teams are fine with risking it, especially in situations like this. Rogue technically understood that it had already lost the round. They tried something, it didn't work. They reset, they come back. They already have a pretty big advantage here in the first half.
I still think, though, it was a great clutch attempt, though, from Slash, and certainly a valiant attempt that's going to at least rally Rogue a little bit in spite of a defeat, a big defeat in that round. And they're going to switch things up a little bit. They're going to have Shuttle take over the Pulse, so that Slash can 6th pick from that Maestro over to the Echo. Either way, though, he's still going to be playing with an ACOG. I gotta want to know, because we saw such effective Echo play from Shuttle. It's surprising me that Slash wouldn't instead take up the Pulse. But, they're calling these audibles for a reason. They've got different strategies, different ways they want to play it. But the Pulse was definitely something very useful, along with the Mozzie and the Echo. I feel like they're going to have a lot of good intel. Again, they're going for peaks, though. Now, this cost Vertical last time and started the landslide against them. So they've got to be very careful. He's trying to pick a little bit of a safer one. And there we go, Necrox again. He is never long for this world. He's only lived past the first, minute, 2 of the rounds so far out of 6. That is... he almost needs to be playing like Lion at this point and just hang back in sight.
And it would work. It would definitely work. This Coastline Lion makes a lot of sense if you want to run something that's anti-roam. It's just that problem with the early round peak.
Saw Mozzie just get a drone right there. I don't know if you see the little pulse that came out from the side. So that's going to be Eclipse again having counter intel along with the pulse. This is looking pretty good for them and unfortunate for EG, but NVK at least traded out to Vertical. Again, Vertical's dying a little bit early, peeking a little too much, but I have a feeling NVK will get traded out soon based off the way rounds have gone so far, but easily should not be doing this right now.
It's a bit of a ballsy move here from Easily to peek out, and maybe that's just a thing that Rogue required. This young, if you're running into his line of fire.
Pull off, yeah, just go back to site at this point. That was not the play. Put some fear into him, sure, but you didn't even do any damage.
Canadian now has full reign on the top floor, though, in the bedroom, and soon in the lounge, even if need be, in theater. At least for now, there's nobody yet spotted, but EG will gain an extra bit of advantage here as Gotcha will find one more kill. He'll take one bullet to the body, but stay alive here on the cross by luggage. And Shuttle scanning the perimeter. Nitro Cell thrown up into the sledge, and too late as Canadian just maneuvering himself around the entire top floor of the bedroom. Oh,
the wrong way. Well played by Young.
Young with a free kill there. Easily will walk on back, and double kill for NVK as he gets another one. And leaves Easily all on his own, ducking and diving and dodging and weaving. But he's just desperate for anything from EG, who will look to take their second round. The Diffuser will be set down on the floor as the lobby's being held, and that shield now suddenly works against you if you're Easily. There's not much that you can do with the 3 gas canisters left. Maybe it was the wrong decision to put the Pulse up so close. Maybe put them in bathroom. Might have worked a bit better. We can also utilize the smoke correctly. But at the half, we set at a 4-2. Advantage for Rogue. Now EG hit the defense.
I have a feeling things will switch around. We might see even a little bit of a mirror here, depending on how well Rogue play their attack. Because EG can play a little bit better in terms of working together as a team. That last round, though, they did actually take advantage of a lot of the aggression that was coming out from Rogue and actually turning it against him, except for Necrox, of course, who did not get that chance. But I gotta wonder, will EG go for the same level of peaks and things like that? Shuttle's actually going to be one to bring the gridlock, despite how much Eclipse has actually played it and played it well. But again, they're just trying to show that flexibility. Canadian, who has played a lot of Vigil, and was, I got to imagine they were expecting that was him, is going to sneak over to the... so he's actually going to do a bit more... either way you're denying drones, right? But the difference is you're denying them now for the whole team, rather than just for yourself as an individual. So I think that's a good choice. And maybe that will be there to kind of help, I was going to say stop that wall from getting open, but there is no Hibana coming out from Rogue. So they are definitely not going to open that same level, that wall. Which makes me think they're going to go look to put a lot of pressure on Hookah. They also are not really bringing smokes outside of Slash. They're not bringing a cap tower or anything like that. Because they can't, obviously, they banned it. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not they go for just the typical plant straight through Aqua.
5 seconds left.
Gotcha is going to be on that pulse, so a lot of pulse play being played here as it was not banned. And will be an IQ to be able to potentially spot him out. We didn't really see a lot of IQ from EG to be able to counter, which is interesting considering how much Echo was played too.
Surveying for hostiles.
Gotcha is going to spot some here though, get some idea that kitchen entrance is potentially being approached. Fortunately, he can't tell what way they're facing. Now, the outline we see is certainly not the same. He sees just the circle, just to be clear for anyone who doesn't know how it works.
Or who doesn't play the game.
That's right. If not, then when this is over, you need to get on that.
Oh, no, gotcha! He somehow finds the kill. How is he still alive?
He's going to get punished for that, though, with such low HP now.
No!
Vertical, unfortunately, now is kind of on a roll for getting punished early. He's going to start to channel Necrox here in a moment. Not the greatest time for him. Gotcha definitely should not have gotten away with that.
No way. When he dove in and he got unzoomed out of his UMP, I'm like, okay, he's so dead. And then he survives and gets a kill off of it. What?
Yeah.
It's just actually mind-boggling.
Maestro just got spotted on the Jekyll, and he's actually low on health as well, so he might even get taken out potentially by some wallbangs. So Gotcha and NBK could be the first to fall. And if so, that would be a good trade at least. They would have, 1 for 2. Slight man advantage. They also have Shuttle cut off some of the rotations. So they're going to be at least trying to deny roams with that gridlock, something you were just talking about in that last interview as well. So we'll see how Shuttle plays that. But Rogue have definitely taken advantage of this operator.
Gridlock, good operator.
They're going to be running with the LMG, though. So BF9.
Definitely that saw, quick reload, the amount of ammunition you have.
There goes NBK, as I said.
That's a kill, and then you walk right into it, you pre-fire, and the Clips will find nothing from here.
He certainly put a scare into him, though.
Taking away the Maestro is definitely a great position to be in here. If you're a Rogue, especially later on in the round, you won't really have to worry much about him.
Man,
Tracks are being thrown.
They really want to cut off White Stairs. He went for 2 sets there, lower and upper, which is good, because that's going to guarantee they're not really going to get through that.
Oh no! Where's the drone? Gotcha's back in there! Now he finds a free kill.
Gotcha's on a roll.
A pre-peek from Gotcha as he fires down a bullet, but not connect to the head of Easily. He's still in luggage. Flash in the meantime, taking his time. And Nitro Cell thrown right into Easily. How is he still alive as well? Shuttle pre-firing and he'll find a kill. They've already lost one in the back. It's a 3v2. Big advantage for EG is it's one eliminated. The Mute, still the Smoke and the Jaeger alive. Smoke will find one. Jaeger is up close and Necrox will find it. He sits by Akahuka. Just up close and personal here. Easy kill. And it's you running just suppressors the entire day. Ahmad, what are you doing, honey?
Honey? Did you just call him honey?
Yes, honey. Habibi. What do I call him? Ahmad, honey, what are you doing?
You his mom now? Or just like a waitress?
I'm one of the Fab Five soon.
All right. Well, and this is what I feared, is that EG being able to kind of do the same thing to Rogue to an extent that Rogue were doing to them. But at the same time, Gotcha got away with far too much that round. And that was really the story of that round, was Gotcha just getting away with literal murder. And it was unfortunate for Rogue. That really punished them. They're going to have to do a bit more work against them. Now, both teams fully utilizing Pulse. So you're definitely seeing a lot of different ways you can take advantage of Pulse on this map. Just being able to have some idea where they're coming from at all times and then use that aggression against them. I got to say, maybe that's a tip for LG. Maybe they could be bringing a bit more Pulse to be able to play the way that Rogue and EG are playing, just in terms of aggression, because we heard that from the interview as well, that they like to play that aggressive play and don't always have the intel to do it. I think that would be a good consideration for them when they don't have Valkyrie in play. Canadian going to be on Maestro this time. Interesting. Necrox going to be on that Mozzie. So, I mean, again, they're both playing the Pulse, the Mozzies, the Maestros, the Smokes, the Jaegers. Both teams similarly playing defense, although some variation on attack, and mostly the case is bringing the Gridlock and the IQ consistently from Rogue.
I have to say, apparently the copy pastas in chat are very spicy. So Intero posted something.
All right, this is already bad.
And now it's all over the place.
Oh, no.
No my. Parker, usually unintended side effects. Evil clones at times, sometimes copy pasta. Sometimes a lot of drinking.
Well,
water, that is.
Unfortunately, bar is not the site this time, just kitchen. Which
very
has
good
the water.
Such a great segue.
So that's all I think about is segues.
Attackers
Yeah,
have
well,
dropped the bomb diffuser.
Kacha will find another one. Okay.
Exposed.
Well, how is he
Another run out.
What?
Well, that is the diffuser down as well, and that's certainly going to slow Rogue down. Gotcha still just getting with. I mean, he didn't get away with nearly as much on attack, but NVK still not having a good day here.
A vertical will take him away with the F2, and Slash comes up and opens up the hatch with his ITA. Vertical still watching him on the top. Shuttle continues to drone in. He's on the rappel by those white stairs, but still awaiting information. You see the body on
Close up of the corpse.
Yep.
The hand just outstretched.
Like, I was so close.
I could feel it. Either way, it's 1 for 1, 4-4 left alive, and halfway through the round. So Gotcha getting gotted right there. See if they can actually execute on it. Unfortunately, they're droning without anyone behind it to be able to execute on that information. Oh, I was going to say, however, good luck and cut off the rotation, but there we go. Slash, again, the 1-2 punches here from Rogue working out, and that's Young on the smoke down early. There's also someone being tracked by the Jackal here. Vertical in a good position to punish, and
Vertical's on this. Okay, he just walks on in.
he didn't die early this time.
Finds Canadian. The Gotcha with one more onto Shuttle, though, and that's a double kill for him. Oh, and he drops him. Neck rocks. What a beautiful shot. Gotcha coming around from behind as well to stop any reinforcements from Rogue. The Slash and Eclipse are laughed in as Eclipse actually finds Necrox through the drone hole. Oh, Gotcha.
It's all on Gotcha. The way he's been playing, I feel like he'll get away with this.
He knows that there's two players around here now. He's the one that has to cut it off, but Slash finds him. As he rounds the corner, Gotcha knew that he messed up in that position, but he turned away a bit too slow. There you go. That was the face of regret.
That was the bathroom of regret, as we saw the attempt to rotate earlier as well. Cost him. So, Gotcha, though, still playing a great game, but EG have some catching up to do here. It's already getting really close to the guaranteed draw. Now, like I said, Rogue drew last time they played on this map, which was against SSG, so no surprise there. But EG have not been getting a lot of draws here. In fact, looking back, I don't think EG have drawn at all. So this would be their first draw if it somehow gets to that. Assuming it gets to that. But Kitchen again here, coming out from EG, so they definitely do not want to go to bar just yet.
Defuse as many bombs as they can.
We'll
How
see.
many kills that Gotcha has so far? He's
Bomb located by attackers.
Top fragging again.
Gotcha!
I love you, Gio, but I gotta say, maybe Gotcha should be on the team, or maybe someone else can get pulled off. But oh boy, sub of a lifetime.
How? How does he keep doing that?
Maybe he got pulled off playing too early to be coach. Maybe he should go back to playing.
At this point, I would just like to see Peter playing
Yeah,
versus
10
Gotcha.
seconds left.
Just to see how that'd be like.
should be interesting, I imagine. Maybe they just
5
spar
seconds
against
to
each other.
I think, from my perspective,
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
I think Peter would outlift Gotcha at the gym, but I don't think Gotcha can, you know,
I don't know.
Peter
I mean,
has anything.
I think with the amount of times Gotcha has been carrying, his lifting power is pretty good.
Yeah, and so far in this game, he definitely has been. Those runouts early on have been massive for EG, and Rogue has just not been having any response to them early on. At least this time, Rogue, you see, they're just pre-firing everything. They're checking every position. They are very much afraid of those Gotcha plays.
If they can shut him down early in a round, I have a feeling they will get a lot more aggressive.
Well, now they have the potential. At least keeping all those 5 players alive, continue to drone around. Tracks are being used everywhere. You saw with the gridlock early on in the round, and Slash wastes no time to take control of the top. And
Surprise from
Gotcha responds with barely any HP. He takes 2 shots with the ITA to the body, and then hits it.
He's gonna hold the class on Pulse for
Hold a class on how to play this game.
right? Well, I guess that's what he does as a coach sometimes, you know.
Actually, yeah. The struggle of coaches at times. Like,
Now I want to see Gotcha versus Dizzle.
can we have an all-stars coach game?
I think we're getting to that
Major.
point.
Like, please. The people have asked.
Demanded it. Well, in the meantime, though, Rogue have only lost 1, and it's Slash, and EG were no stranger to losing Jackal very early in the round, so Rogue are no worse of a position than EG were most of the time. But at the same time, Rogue know where most of the members of EG are. They just can't execute on a Canadian. pulling a slash hug there onto Shuttle, and that is going to be no more tracks being placed, although I think at least some were placed. I remember seeing some earlier in the round, so it won't be too bad. One breach charge left in Eclipse's pocket, as well as some concussion lifelines. So some more work that can be done utility-wise, but time is running out as the minute starts to tick down, and Gotcha's still alive, and that's the real big question mark here. They're going to have to deal with. Young takes a bit of damage, but NVK takes out Vertical. Now a 2v4, although two of them are pretty weak, but Rogue are going to have a huge uphill battle, although at least they have the point advantage. They can afford to lose this round, and then if they win the next one, they still take it to match point. Necrox falls Pest down. Eclipse, though, going to take out Gotcha finally, so freedom. Now they can start to play.
Imagine this, you're a player, you're a professional, whatever it may be, but you're just getting bogged down every single time by the same player, every single round. It really has to weigh heavily on your mentality, and you dive right into Necrox. Embrace it. Eclipse leaves easily on his own, and he's got to walk on in from the most approachable position. NVK with a peek, he's got a close angle, and he knows exactly where his opponent's at, but it's Young to take the kill. And EG secure round number 9, 5-4. Still advantage for Rogue.
I'm still feeling like Rogue might close this out. It might go to a draw, though, but Rogue still, despite having some rough rounds here on this attack, I feel like just points race-wise, this might go to Rogue, depending on how things shake down in these last few rounds. Now, so far, they've been able to defend both sides, EG have. But it took them 2 tries on Kitchen. They had a much better, much more effective time the second time. However, every single time, it's still come down to Gotcha. They're going to have to do something. The IQ of Easily, that needs to be the play. They need to do something about him, and the one thing they can do specifically to counter Pulse is IQ. So it's down to you, Easily, bro. You need to do some work here on Gotcha, or he's going to get you, because he sure has been so far.
Got him.
Absolutely.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Absolute
as many bombs
MVP.
as they can.
Let's see how this hookah goes down this time. I gotta wonder though. Still, if we'll see some more, see some peaks from EG. Rogue are just doing so many spawn peaks, and EG have not necessarily been playing the same way, but there's still opportunity to do so. I gotta imagine the Rogue are probably expecting it a little bit, and that Rogue also might have been doing that to try and tilt EG a little bit, see if you can kind of break down their comms. But it seems like EG have kind of regrouped. I have a feeling like if there was some tilt going on, they've managed to shake it at this point. And Necrox is actually getting to play a little bit now, so that's always nice.
It's always nice to have Armada back in the saddle.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of rounds were essentially 4v5s for EG on those attacks.
So on the setup here for EG, I'm really curious as to how the Legion will be doing work in this one. You see, it's another peak, and Shuttle will detect that, so he's going to pre-fire into it, or at least just try to avoid the angle. It's got a vertical close up to him, and they might just try to bait the drop down.
Yeah, Vertical hasn't been doing the greatest on attacks so far. And he also struggled a bit on some of those defensive rounds, so I think he's going to have to kind of get his mojo back. I'll make this work here. But Gotcha again! What? That's his arch nemesis there. Oh no, Easily it actually switched off of the IQ to the Thatcher. Well, no thatching going to happen now.
All right. Where would he even find that angle?
I think Gotcha's everywhere at once at this point. Maybe he actually lives on Coastline in real life.
Bomb located by attackers.
Wouldn't you want to?
It certainly looks nice. With all this barbed wire and destroyed floors, it's got to make things kind of weird.
It's part of the deal.
Although
Renovations.
I don't know if I'd want to live with 2 bombs in my house either, but you know, take the good with the bad. Shuttle still outside along with Vertical, recovering the diffuser there from dropped Easily. I don't know if Vertical's the one to be carrying the diffuser though, as he's been struggling as well. At this point, you might want to give it to Slash or Shuttle.
See, Slash and the entirety of Rogue are just watching out for potential runouts. Gotcha has gotten to their heads, that's for sure.
He's certainly keeping EG alive in this. Canadian going to get spotted out there from behind the bar, and he's going to be leaving some little treats around the floor, I imagine, for them. And unfortunately, they have no IQ or the Thatcher to be able to do anything about those. And Eclipse actually sends himself a little bit in that process. This is where they're going to wish they had Capital.
Knows that there's a player in the back, but they're trying to deal with it personally and not from below. This is Usually the much more expensive way of doing it. As you see already, all of the utility had been expended by Eclipse. And with the Rogue having lost a player early on, it definitely does not bode well, and he dives right into one. At least a refract from Shuttle, who continues to move right into the site. Pre-firing around the corner here in the bar, but he gets eliminated by Young, who stays alive. And it's a flurry of kills that has turned into a 3v1 slash on his own in Hookah. And after turn around, he checks into Cool Vibes, and it's already Necrox that has moved in. With the suppressed 416, he'll find the kill. EG bring this back and closer and closer and closer.
Yep, 5-5. It's anyone's game at this point.
Honestly, looking at all of this, it's just Rogue confused at the beginning of every round.
I mean, that's what we saw from EG as well, and that's what I was afraid of, was this switch over. I mean, they're both playing very differently, but I got to commend at least Rogue for playing for trades towards the end of that round. Unfortunately, they lost too many people individually, but they still played for trades a lot. They were playing, 2v1s and at least trading. The problem was they were always trading in 2v1s. They really should have been winning those fights. You saw there's a few hit, I think it was Eclipse, hit behind the bar and then just not do anything with that. I mean, yeah, maybe he's going to expect you to push, but it's like, what was the point of that at that point? So you could reposition at the other side of the door to wait for your teammate to get there? It's just, Gotcha with 12, almost twice the highest the rest of his team, but Slash and Shuttle also with almost 12 each, so trying to give Gotcha a run for the money, but at the same time, easily just not putting up a lot here. 9 deaths, though. At least he's got the highest number of some column. Certainly not the one you want to have. He is, again, going to be the defuse carrier on Thatcher. So far, this attack lineup, I'm not necessarily seeing a lot of success from here from Rogue, as they've won 1 out of the 4 attack rounds. So might want to consider changing things up, but Gotcha's not on pulse. So maybe they have a prayer this round.
Well, I mean, now he's on a operator that's just faster.
Yeah. But I mean, he doesn't have as much situational awareness
Nitro
intel.
cell.
Well, yeah, I went on pulse as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, still has.
Yeah. I just mean he doesn't have as much awareness of what's going on around him with the heartbeats. So, and there's no one else taking over that pulse.
I don't think Rogue has much awareness as to where Gotcha's is. So, it's kind of
true, and it's gonna be hard to drone him.
Yeah. Well, he's setting up on his own, and as usually goes from Aussie. He's going to say solo up in Hookah. Vertical is going to try to... Well, actually, he's not going to walk in his drone. Just watching along the outside. Clips will dive into the DJ booth.
Attackers have located
It's odd to see a defense here in theater and in bedroom, right?
Yeah, Penthouse is so rare. We didn't mention that earlier, but yeah, Penthouse is definitely not one you see very often. EG just trying to keep things fresh. They do not want to play bar at all. This is their second to last potential defense round now.
They're setting up for the bar.
Drone's ready.
Yeah. It's definitely odd, no matter how you cut it. Especially with having 3 sites that are very viable outside of it.
They're definitely spread out, though. They're playing 2 men on site, 1 on 90, and then the other 2 kind of roaming. Got Necrox and Gotcha just holding on the other side of the map, and this is the way to be playing it. Just kind of keep them on their toes, and it's a good flank. Let's say they all start to push now for Penthouse like they are. That's where Necrox and Gotcha come around from behind in VIP. And if they're not watching out for it, they've got to have those gridlocks tracks on the doorway to VIP if they want to prevent that.
And that's... The usual is, let's have at least 1 player sitting inside of the VIP lounge, and I'll have maybe 1 supporting him from 90. In this case, the 2 players are much further back, and they're playing inside of Hookah and Billiards. You have much more flexibility later in the round, and it at least takes a lot of time for the attackers to kind of deal with you in those positions. Vertical cell. Oh, it does connect.
Of course.
Slash with 1. But Vertical and Shuttle actually will get a kill each, so now the advantage is in Rogue's hands. They're 1 round away from securing at least a point on the board, and you definitely want to have at least that, especially since they haven't been having the best of times.
The important part is you also deny EG climbing up the board at all, because they're sitting in 4th place behind by 1 point, and all this will do is tie them with the other people at the top.
Free firing as he runs back, but it's a down and elimination. And it's all Rogue on the board. A Shuttle, Eclipse, and Vertical will find a kill each and eliminate EG Rogue at 6-5.
Interesting thing for Rogue at that round is how they slowed down. they really slowed down on that attack, and EG almost got a little antsy at that point. They slowed down, they droned, they started paying attention to what was going on around them. They also had all their members left alive for the most part to be able to kind of figure out what was going on and work together as a team, get the intel on where everyone was playing, and guess what? They didn't have a pulse to be able to catch where they were at. And I think they probably should go back to that. So Gotcha is going to do that, assuming he doesn't 6-pick off. And again, no bar. They're going to go to kitchen. So Gotcha, again, going to be useful, I imagine. But they're still going to keep the Mozzie. This time Necroc's going to pick it up. Slash, trading off the Jackal for a sledge.
A reminder, when last time EG played kitchen service, they lost. It was Gotcha left at the end versus 2.
And that was, yeah, that was not great.
No, he turned around, he noped his way back to the bathroom, but he'd already been fired upon.
He'd already done some work, though, with 2 kills. Gotcha and Shuttle tied for the top there with Slash still sitting at the 11, but either way, some pretty top-heavy teams right now here. You see the players somewhat at the bottom, although EG's a little bit more evenly divided. Nonetheless, Rogue's still playing very well, and guaranteeing themselves the 1 point will still at least help them drag themselves out of that bottom 4 a little bit. I mean, I got to imagine they're hoping, though, at least the Sonics and TSM sit down where they are and don't win their matches so that maybe they don't get overtaken at any point.
Now, one thing for people watching, and they were noticing the Maestro putting his evil eyes, pointing them at the ceiling. It's just, if you're expecting a Twitch, it's much better to have the evil eyes.
Yeah, Twitch drones can't jump.
Exactly, so you can't really hit the eye itself and destroy the evil eye. Obviously, it's difficult now to find any intel with it, but at least it saves your evil eyes until later in the run.
You just have to make sure that Maestro rotates them before he dies, or they will stay like that forever. Just like when you cross your eyes for too long.
Don't do that, by the way.
No, don't test that theory. Gotcha doing what Gotcha does, and Gotcha been doing. He can be on the roam with that pulse yet again, trying to get some intel. Mozzie didn't work out super great for him last time. Some good work coming out from Vertical. He's actually been doing a good job with these drones, and he's going to catch Gotcha, but no one, again, to be able to execute on it. Drone does get caught. Now he's going to be able to reposition. They really need to be working better off these drones for actual kills like they were towards the end of last round, because that was definitely working out much better for them. But at least Vertical has been using those to good effect in terms of catching people. They have some idea where that he's going to be playing. They're not bringing the Jackal this time to be able to potentially track him, which is a huge disadvantage because they saw where he was walking. They could have come into Hookah after droning it, brought in the Jackal with Slash, and tracked his footprints to make sure Gotcha was less of a problem. But because they brought instead the Sledge, they will not be able to do that. So slight disadvantage for Rogue in this situation. But nonetheless, Gotcha is low on health, so they have been able to get him just a little bit. But he's certainly done just fine with that low of health in previous rounds, so he's definitely not out of this yet. However, Shuttle is going to be. Canadian, again, playing on the Maestro, doing well with that. So far, he's been doing better on that, I think, than some of his teammates. Pest's going to come out there to deny a little bit of entry into the room from Rogue.
There you go.
Catches it.
Slash will continue to drone, and a lot of time that's been burned off. See, there's a minute 9 left. And easily. Ooh. Oh, man.
Nice catch on the run out there.
Mr. Valente.
Yeah, he's not having a great day, I'll be honest. Ooh, Vertical has been sneaky with these white stairs before, and Necrox is sneakier.
A shot from Necrox. It just goes around and pre-fires into the white stairs and find an easy kill there. A big advantage now for EG as the F2 has been taken off the board, and Eclipse will go into the same position. He's walking down closely, and Necrox has no clue that he's there just yet. But what you're doing here is at least denying info, and Eclipse will know. There's still a player down there. There's still the Mozzie to deal with. The Sledge as well to support the Zofia. But Necrox has already escaped, and he's run so far away. Slash taking a lot of damage here. He's low on HP on the cross. It's Gotcha doing damage. EG looking to close this out here, at least turn it into a tie, but Eclipse with 1, Canadian now with 2. It's a triple kill for him. Easily last alive with so little HP, and Canadian will find the 4th kill as EG find the tie. And that's a 6-6, 1 point each at the end of the day. Who would have expected it? At the beginning, we were looking at this game, Devin, and we're like, okay, this should not have been so easy for Rogue on their defensive side with a 4-2 at the half.